doing here?
Well, I had a call.
Oh, no. If you've got business papers for Mr. Wheeler, I'm afraid John's already driven him downtown.
No, that's not it at all, Vivian. I'm here to see Mrs. Wheeler.
Oh, thank heavens. Well, come right in. Mrs. Wheeler! Won't you make yourself to home? She'll be down presently.
What is it, Vivian? What's the matter?
Oh, it's all right. We've got a visitor. It's Miss Linden.
Oh. Good morning, Allison. Vivian, would you please get us some tea and croissant?
Right away.
Thank you for coming over so promptly. I'm sorry that I couldn't call you earlier, but I had to wait till Grant went to the office.
Well, it's no problem, but I'm a little puzzled. You sounded so urgent on the phone.
Well, it is rather urgent. I want to talk to you about Mark.
Hey, what are you doing here so early?
Working.
Well, I can see that. Don't you know that office hours start around 9 o'clock?
I know. I just wanted to start this so I could get an early start. That's all.
How are you today?
I'm okay. I just wish I had the courage to go back and take a look at what's left of the house.
Would you like me to drive out there with you?
That'd be nice. Maybe later. Did Ashley say how the cleanup is going?
No. As a matter of fact, I haven't heard from Ashley since she took Justin back out to Marshall Oaks.
Where is everybody?
Oh, they're still asleep.
Oh, it's late.
Yeah, well, we're all pretty tired.
Yeah, I know. I overslept. Oh, did Gregory get to the bus on time?
No, he stayed home today. I let him sleep in.
Oh. Is he upstairs?
Yeah. Ashley, I woke up last night about 2 o'clock in the morning. He was there, right against me here, and I just took him upstairs and I tucked him in. Didn't even open his eyes.
Well, I'll call the school later, explain about the fire.
That's all taken care of.
Well, you have had a busy morning.
Yeah. Well, it's just nice to be home. Listen, I'll take Gregory to the office with me. Get him out of your hair if you like.
Out of my hair. He'll love it. Quiet. Looks like we have the house to ourselves for a minute.
I'm glad. Ashley, we need to talk.
Where would you like to start?
With that baby.
All right.
That child you're carrying. It's mine, isn't it?
Texas, the new generation. The first part of Texas is brought to you by Oxidol. Oxidol bleaches as it washes, for white so white, they'll actually compare to new.
I told you that the baby was yours, Justin. I wasn't lying.
I know, I believe you.
I haven't been with anyone since the day that I met you.
I know that's the truth.
Well, then why?
Darling, there's something I have to explain. This isn't very easy. See, the reason that I jumped to the conclusion, there is a reason that I thought you were carrying TJ's child.
Oh, please, Justin. I thought we were going to talk about you and me, okay?
Yeah, You see, I just thought maybe I was incapable of giving you a child.
Justin, why would you think something like that?
Well, darling, we tried and we tried, didn't we? I mean, nothing ever happened.
Well, I know, but we were only married for a few months. Some couples takes years to conceive a child.
But I thought it would always be easy for me, and when nothing happened, I just didn't know what to think.
Well, Justin.
Well, it was a matter of pride, Ashley. I mean, I wanted that baby so badly. And then when nothing ever happened, I was afraid it was my fault.
Why didn't you say something?
Couldn't talk about that. I just couldn't talk about it. Do you remember when Gregory came to live with us?
Yeah, I remember very well.
I wanted him to love me so badly. I was just scared to death.
You mean the reason that you jumped to conclusions about this baby is because you just wanted it so badly?
It's all I thought about while I was away, Ashley.
Is that really all you thought about, Justin?
Yes? No. Ashley, I have something I have to tell you. I'm sorry. It's not as hard as I thought it would be.
What exactly are you sorry for, Justin?
I'm sorry for making that bet with Rena Decker. No, I'm sorry that I made Rena Decker keep that bet. I think that was the beginning of all our problems.
Yes, it was. I'm glad that you've come to your senses and have accepted that.
I want you back. I want Gregory back. I want the baby. I want us to all live happily together.
I don't know what to say.
Say yes. It's all it takes.
No, it's not that simple, Justin. I mean, I have filed for a divorce.
There's nothing final about that, Ashley.
No, but there's something that you have to realize, Justin. I didn't just turn to TJ to spite you, you know. I have strong feelings for TJ. I have very strong feelings for him.
I don't care about that. I don't care. I want you to just look at me. I just want you to look at me and tell me that there is no hope for us. I want you to look at me and tell me you don't love me, Ashley.
What exactly is your interest in Mark?
Well, I work for him.
Let's not play games, Allison. And this conversation is strictly between us.
I like him. We have a lot of fun together.
Is that all?
Why are you asking me all these questions?
I'm concerned about Mark's well-being, and I'm interested in his friends. I want to get to know them better.
Well, you didn't call me up at 9 o'clock in the morning to try and get to know me better.
All right. Maybe you'll understand my concern when I tell you that Mark brought Ruby Wright home for dinner last night.
Oh, her.
Yes, her. I know it's not my place to interfere, but it seems obvious to me that according to background and breeding, you're much more suited to Mark.
Then who?
Then Ruby, of course. The trouble is that you sit back and you let Ruby just walk away with him.
Is that what I'm doing?
It seems to me you are.
Well, I really don't think you have to worry about Ruby, Mrs. Wheeler.
Why not?
Mark is very elusive. He's not an easy man to pin down, and I don't think that Ruby has the necessary skills to do so.
Don't underestimate her, Allison. I've known women of her kind before. You know, she'd stoop to depths you wouldn't even dream of to get what she wants.
You're afraid that he's going to marry Ruby.
No, don't be ridiculous. It never crossed my mind. Mark tolerates Ruby because you keep him at arm's length.
Do you really believe that?
I'm sure of it.
And it's unimportant to you whether Mark and I love each other, right?
It's very important to me.
But it's more important that you separate Ruby and Mark.
I want what's best for all concerned.
Even Ruby?
Yes, of course. Ruby would never be happy with Mark. She'd have to move in a social strata that's completely out of her grasp. She'd always be out of place.
Well, what about Mark? What if he really loves Ruby?
That's not possible. I know my son, and the longer he's involved with Ruby, the more unhappy she's going to make him in the end.
It's nice to see a mother who is so concerned with her children's happiness.
That's always my utmost concern, Allison.
Is it important enough for you to stay out of your son's life if he finds the right woman?
If you're asking me if I'd interfere in a relationship between you and Mark, my answer is no. I think you could make my son very happy.
All right.
What does that mean?
I'll spend more time with Mark.
Oh, my dear. I'm so relieved. Oh, I knew I could count on you. Would you have some more tea?
Please.
To Mark's happiness.
To Mark and Allison.
Seems strange that Ashley hasn't called.
I'm sure she's very busy. She has a house full of guests and all that cleanup to do after the fire.
Yeah, well, that's what has me worried. She's out there in Justin's house with Justin's family, carrying Justin's child.
TJ, Ashley is not the kind of a woman to be overwhelmed by circumstances or people.
You're right. She's strong. She can take care of herself.
When she needs you, she'll call you. Okay, if we have any dictation, I'd like to do it now, okay?
Okay, but look, before you do that, I need to get these release forms sent over to KVIK. They're starting some kind of a new game show, and all the contestants have to sign those.
Oh, I heard that Billy Joe is going to be doing a game show.
Well, Billy Joe was going to do it, but apparently they've changed their minds. Stella Stanton's going to do it now.
Ah, that reminds me. Vicki Bellman's office called and asked about the termination clause in Billy Joe's contract.
I read that last night. Look, why don't you get Vicki on the phone for me, and I'll discuss this with her, all right?
Hey. TJ, don't worry about Ashley. You'll hear from her today.
Don't press me, Justin.
I want an answer, Ashley. Just look at me. Come on, just look at me and tell me you don't love me.
Hey, what's going on? It's after 9 o'clock. Why didn't anybody wake me up for school?
Well, it's a holiday.
Oh, it's not.
Sure, don't tell me you've forgotten.
What?
Well, it's Texas Freckle Day.
Freckle Day?
Yeah, that's when all the blue-eyed, brown-eyed boys with a lot of freckles on their face get to stay home from school, be with their dad.
That's dumb.
Well, Gregory, if you want to go to school, I'll just go get you dressed.
Oh, no,
that's all.
wait! Hooray for Freckle Day!
Shh, all right, you two, now stop it.
Well, I think Gregory's going to go on down to the office with me and take care of a lot of business that's been piling up. What do you say, partner?
Well, I've taken care of a lot of that pile, Justin. I hope you don't mind.
Well, of course not. You are the chairman of the board.
All business matters are still subject to your approval, Mr. President.
You?
Are we gonna have breakfast soon?
Yeah. Yeah, son, why don't you go on in the kitchen? I'll be in there in a minute.
Okay, make it snappy.
I would like to go down to the office and finish up a lot of work that's been piling up so I can spend more time with my family.
Yeah, well, that sounds all right.
I think it's more than all right. I think you really like the idea, Ashley. I'll tell you something. No matter what you say, I don't think you've ever stopped loving me.
As well, thank you for all your help, TJ. I appreciate it. Well, you were absolutely right about that contract.
Good. You want to talk about the Billy Joe situation?
No, not just now. Right at the moment, I am more concerned about the new game show.
Vicki, I don't think you have anything to worry about. The sets are great and everybody on the production staff is satisfied. I think it's going to be a winner.
I hope Stella's up to it.
I just hope that she sticks to the format and doesn't try to do a hatchet job on the guest star.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. I have warned her.
Yes, but Stella doesn't always listen.
Oh, no, this time she did. Now, I am quite sure that Stella knows exactly where she stands.
No gossip?
Absolutely none.
Oh, Vicky, you are going to be so...
Stella, I do have a secretary in the outer office, and one of her jobs is to announce people before they come barging in here.
Oh, I didn't come barging in. And anyhow, I never thought you and I had to stand on ceremony.
I love ceremony.
Oh, come on now, Victoria. I've known you for more years, for longer than any of us would care to admit, and you haven't got a stuffy bone in your body.
Stella.
How are you feeling, Stella?
Wonderful.
It looks like you're ready to go.
Oh, am I ever? And shall I tell you something? This show is going to be fabulous.
I hope so.
Oh, well, I mean, The Tall Tales is a perfect show for me. After all, when you're looking for someone who can spice up a story or bring glamour to the mundane word, well, that person is certainly moi.
We're glad that you're comfortable with the
Oh,
format.
thank you. Well, you know, it's a perfect vehicle, and now that I've rewritten all that stodgy material that her writers
Just a
gave-
moment, Stella. You know the agreement. You are not to rewrite any of the material, not to change a single word of it.
Well, I didn't do much, just an adjective here and an adverb there. You know, just to give it a little punch.
No.
Aw, Vicky, sweetheart.
Stella, every one of those scripts have to be cleared by the legal department and T.J. Canfield.
Oh, but, I mean, everything I did was so minute. I mean, there isn't a thing that could possibly be illegal.
Stella, do you have a good contestant for the first show?
Oh, my dear, I screened all the contestants. On our first show, we have a Verena Meeks, and our guest celebrity is Willard Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this show is going to be dynamite. Pure dynamite.
Well, we're looking forward to it.
Well, thank you. That's why I dropped in. I wanted to be sure that you guys are watching the monitor.
I'll be glued to it.
Oh, I hope you are. Don't miss one bit of it, because you're very lucky to see the birth of a new hit. Cheerio.
I think she's up to it.
That's exactly what I'm afraid of.
Of course, Ruby, you realize what we're really here to talk about this morning is Billy Joe.
Yeah?
Ruby, Billy Joe had no right to force himself into the studio the way he did. However, the fact remains that we have received an enormous amount of mail as a result of that appearance.
Bags full.
The response has led us to consider the possibility of giving Billy Joe a new type of show.
Well, I'm not sure Billy Joe would want a new type of show, not at KVIK.
What we had in mind was a show where Billy Joe could express his ideas more freely.
Yeah, something less structured.
I mean, we'd like to allow Billy Joe to interact with his audience directly, maybe even telephone call-ins.
Yeah, we definitely plan on doing the show live.
The point is, Ruby, if Billy Joe returns, I will see that he has much more input into the format of the show.
Well, that's very good, but I can't promise to deliver Billy Joe under any circumstances.
Has he flatly refused to do a show?
No, but he hasn't agreed to do one either.
All right, Ruby. What will it take to bring Billy Joe back to KVIK?
Well, first of all, double vacation time. That's twice as much as in his existing contract. That's paid vacation time.
Of course.
And I think we would have to do something about the length of his working day. He can't go on working all hours of the day and night, and that would have to be stipulated in the contract.
Very well.
And then, of course, there is the question of money. Now, Billy Joe is a single parent. He's raising his little boy all by himself.
Yes, I know.
Which increases his expenditures quite a bit. And I know that KVIK wouldn't want Billy Joe's little kid to be deprived.
Certainly not. Ruby, I think we can come to a financial agreement that will be satisfactory to everyone. However, I think you should sit down first with your brother and see if he's interested in doing a show.
I'll do that just as soon as I can. Is there anything else?
No, Ruby. Thank
Well,
you.
good.
That's all.
Because I would like to go over and check out Stella Stanton's new game show. I will really try with Billy Joe, but you know my brother, he's very stubborn. Bye now.
She didn't say a thing about artistic control.
Well, she hasn't talked to Billy Joe yet. I have an idea that he's going to come up with some pretty specific demands.
And if we continue to get mail like this, we may be forced to meet those demands no matter what they are.
You really look nice. Pregnant?
Thank you. Hey.
What?
Nothing, the baby just kicked.
Does it hurt?
No, it didn't hurt. It just feels real strange. Come here, quick. No, come here. You can feel it on the outside. Feel that?
I can feel that. I can feel that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait a minute. Boy, that's a real kick. He kicks just like a marshal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like a mule, more like.
Boy, that's my baby. That's my baby, Ashley.
You're gonna wake up Kate and Paige.
I'm gonna be a daddy. Oh, I get that. See right here. Right there.
You Justin Marshall?
I am.
Fine. This is for you.
You? Marshall versus Marshall. The process server. These are the divorce papers. Ashley, don't do this. Please.
Dad, can you come up here for a minute? I want to show you something.
Yeah, son. Be right with you.
Justin, we ought to talk.
We'll discuss this later.
Oh, am I lucky to have a wonderful guest on today. His weather reports, he doesn't know whether it will or not, but he makes you believe that he has, I think, the weather on hold. He has come to Texas from New York, and his name is Mr. Willard Scott. Hello, my darling. Oh, I love to squeeze something with a little meat on it.
Well, you asked me to squeeze a legend.
Yeah, but I didn't need a whole ranch. Here, sit down. Listen, Willard.
I am sitting down still.
How's the diet? How's the diet?
Well, it's worked out pretty good. You wouldn't know it to look at me now, but I've lost 45 pounds.
I did too, but I found them again. Isn't that nice? You lost and found. Willard, what brings you to Texas?
Well, thanks to you. You asked me on the show, and we're pushing my book.
We'll do it at first because he may walk out, you see, if I don't hold up. The title of the book, which is our marvelous Willard, whenever I'm in New York, I never believe any other weatherman but you and Frank Field.
Well, I can look in your eyes and tell weather. That's the only reason I'm here.
Oh, how good, dear. Well, it's cloudy out, I'll tell you that. This is called The Joy of Living. It's Willard's first book, right?
Right.
Now, The Joy of Living. Well, are you born joyous, or do you think what made us? I'm a very happy person. What do you think made you this
I think
happy?
the first time that we ever met, which of course is before this show, we've been friends for a long time. I think we got to at least honest up with the audience on that. Both of us have enjoyed life. We've had a good career. We've been blessed with good health. We've had some good friends around us. A friend of mine in New York asked me one time after I'd started the Today Show if I'd like to do a book. And I said, about what? He said, about your career. I said, well, that would take about 2 pages. How will we fill the other 200 pages? And he said, well, why don't you? He said, you're a happy guy. You seem to like your work. Why don't you write about that?
Being a weatherman, I have noticed, I substituted once for a weatherman. People absolutely think it's your fault.
Gospel.
How do you get away from the guilt that you're not responsible for the
I'm not
clouds?
too bright, and I'm not really responsible. I'm totally irresponsible. You do the best you can. You know, the old bit about, what, 20% chance of rain? Well, if I'm a Southern Baptist, that means there's an 80% chance that it won't. So
That's the way. Well, I have a foot that the chiropodist said I should give to science. If you ever want to know if it's going to rain, just will tell you.
Little arthritis in the left
Well,
hand, right?
listen, let's not forget that the joy of living is something that all of us should have. Good luck with your book.
Thank you.
And you're going to meet our very first contestant. Do you know how wonderful it is to have you as a first?
Well, this to me is the height of my career. To work on a show like the game show, I love it. So bring her on.
Can you imagine what a life he's led? All right, well, we'll be right back after this to meet a very charming contestant. We're going to pull it right out of the hat. Look away. Oh, no.
Stay tuned for the next part of Texas. And now, the next part of Texas.
Hi, we're back again with Willard Scott, New York's famous weatherman who's going to find out how our weather is here in Houston. Now, here is our, naturally, this is what we call our skull cap, you know,
Tall
in Texas.
Texan,
Yes.
yeah.
Would you mind picking a name out?
All right.
Because some lucky woman or man in the audience is going to come up and play the game.
Are you all set? Are you ready?
Loud and clear.
Oh, Verena Meeks. Is Verena Meeks in the audience?
Verena,
are you?
where's Verena?
Hey!
Hi.
There is Verena Meeks.
All right, let's have her. Here she comes, running in. Hi,
I've never been so excited in all my life. How do you do this? How do you do
Hey, that's the best. Have a seat, Verena.
Oh, yeah, that's
thank
your,
you.
that's your
Thank
prize.
you.
That's right.
Thank you.
Get to
Well,
sit
now,
down.
are you a native Texan?
Oh, no. I'm from New York. I was born in New York, and I studied dancing up there, and I started as a dancer up there.
Oh, really?
And I kept on at it for quite a while, and then, finally, you know, the muscles were beginning to go. And,
Yes.
and my sister, my twin sister Agnes, she lives down here in Houston.
Oh.
And when she lost her husband, then she wrote to me and asked if I wouldn't come on down and stay with her. And of course I was glad to do that.
Are you her guest, or do you have to pay half the rent?
Oh, no. Well, we sort of share
I like that.
everything.
Don't you share?
Half the rent, yeah. That's the good deal.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you something, Verena. I would never ask you your age, because I think it's very rude, don't you?
I think that would be tacky.
But how old is your twin?
72.
Oh, well, see, she's the older one. She was born first, right?
Yes.
Do you miss New York?
Oh, I certainly do. But, you know, I couldn't stay around doing nothing down here. So finally I opened a dance studio, and I've had the most wonderful time with that.
How
It's
old
just
are your
been
patients?
great.
I mean, how old are your...
Patients?
No, I made a mistake. It's a slip of the mind. How old are the people that you're working with?
Oh, I work with youngsters, little ones, you know, from the preschool age right up through adults. I do everything just like any little small-time dancing school.
Isn't that nice? Now, do you know that you're the very first contestant on... Oh, yes, where'd it go? Tall Texas Tales. You see, I have to get the name. Now, we're going to show you a picture.
Uh-huh.
Now, if you'll look up here, dear, you will see it. This is what they call a graphic. And if you look closely, it shows the inventor of the first pressurized suit, the first spacesuit that was walking on the moon. And his aircraft made it, the invention of this aircraft made it possible for our first moon adventure. Now, we're going to ask Willard if he can tell us who the man is. And if you think he's right, you agree. And if you think he's wrong, you don't bruise easily, do you?
Absolutely, no, not thin-skinned at all.
All right, now you take a good look, Verena. Give her a choice.
Well, there's no question in my mind. Now, I would not lie to you because you're my kind of people.
Yeah.
One-eyed man, you said, first of all.
One-eyed man.
That has got to be Robert Chesborough. He's a native Texan, and just prior to his successful flight aboard the Freedom 7, back in 1961, he orbited the Earth 3 times, once going over Houston saying hello to Mom. That's got to be who. I would not lie to you.
All right, now, does he look like an honest man, or is this a tall tale?
He's telling a tale, all right. That's Wiley Post. It's before your time, but I was around.
How do you like that? You happen to be absolutely right. Let's give her a nice round of applause. I think that is fabulous. See, seniority is not a bad idea, is it?
No.
Well, my dear, you won a prize. Oh, you won a prize, and I'm telling you, you are going to be so thrilled with this prize. Don't you, you know what? Don't you love it at all the awards when they can't read anything? Well, Verena, you are going to be a lucky girl tonight because you are going to have a date with Ricky Decker.
Oh.
That gorgeous human being.
Oh.
And you're going for dinner at the top of the world, and you can order from the left-hand column.
Oh.
Anything your heart desires. And you know, it's Houston's most exclusive restaurant.
I
so
know.
take this with you so that this will be like your little birth certificate getting in.
Thank you.
And
Thank you
we
so
are
much.
so happy to have had you.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
And may you always keep in step the rest of your life. And thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye, darling. Bye-bye. Careful.
Nice to see you. Bye-bye.
Well, Willard, another first.
That leaves us, kid, just you and me, and I don't have any money left because I spent it all for the prize. Would you like to go to Burley's Barbecue, and I'll buy you...
We'll go Dutch.
Oh,
All
no, no, just arm in arm. I would consider it a pleasure.
I would love it, and thank you. You have made this the most wonderful beginning anybody
Your
could ever
sensation will
have.
continue.
Thank
Good
you,
luck
love.
forever.
May the weather always be bright and sunny.
Sunshine
How can
over.
it miss with the joy of living,
You
right?
bet. Thank you.
Mr. Willard Scott and Mrs. Stella Stratton saying, see you at our next show. Bye-bye.
Jenny, is he busy?
Good morning. I was getting worried about you.
Well, it's been pretty crazy around here.
I can imagine so. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I need to see you.
Well, can you come by this morning?
Sure. How about in about an hour? Not now, okay? I'll talk to you later.
Well, why don't you give your mother a big, beautiful kiss there, Gregory?
Yeah, big, beautiful one.
Who is that?
Well, it was just business, nosy.
We're not going to be in the city too long, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got a couple of appointments myself, so if y'all get home and you're hungry, just get Doris to make you some lunch, okay?
We'll give you a lift.
No, thank you. I've got to have breakfast and get dressed, and so y'all go on.
Well, if you're not going to be here, there's no reason for Gregory and me to come back so soon. I'll take him to one of those fancy restaurants where I can practice my French.
Oh, that'd be neat. How do you say hot dog in French?
Oh, that's easy. Le dog hot.
Boo. Y'all get out of here.
We'll talk later.
Y'all have a good day.
Yeah?
Good morning. It's me.
Oh, hi, cutie.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything too important.
No. Just going over some papers here on a $30 million deal. That's all. Why? What's up?
Mark, are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. Where are you?
I'm at a payphone at KVIK.
What are you doing over there?
Oh, I'm watching Stella Stanton's new game show.
Any good?
Yeah, it's all right if you like that kind of thing. Actually, I'm here negotiating a new contract for Billy Joe.
How's that going?
Well, they're in their own territory in the fourth down, and they got 20 yards to go. I say they got no choice but to punt.
Well, it sounds like you got him right where you want him.
Oh, I do. They want Billy Joe so bad that if we were to ask for the moon, they would give it to us.
Well, then ask for it. Have him throwing the stars to boot, okay?
I have it in mind.
Well, I got something else in mind. What do you say you and I get together for a little lunch? Maybe you could teach me some of your business practices, huh? Well, then, how about a late lunch?
Oh, Mark, I'm sorry. I really can't. I have to go over to the Coop and meet this new accountant with Lurleen. And then I have to go to Rena Decker's office and go over all this promotional stuff for that stupid songwriting contest for Ricky's show.
Sounds pretty busy.
Yep, I am.
Well, maybe we could get together later.
Well, yeah, maybe we could. Listen, Mark, the real reason I called was just to thank you for inviting me over to dinner with your parents last night. It was really nice.
Hey, anytime.
Well, I guess I'm going to let you go. Don't want to keep you from any more multi-million-dollar deals.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Mark. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, that's okay. Sure, things have been pretty confusing out at Marshall Oaks since the ranch burned down.
Well, Ashley is, managing very well.
You tell her. If there's anything I can do at all to help, let me know.
I certainly will.
So something else?
Yeah, I was wondering if I could take you to lunch at the Spindletop to, make up for the mood the other evening.
You got it.
Okay, I'll, pick you up at 12:30.
I'm glad you came by.
Yeah, you're gonna be. The divorce papers were served on Justin this morning.
Oh, great. What was his reaction?
Well, he was upset. We're gonna talk later.
He's not giving you a hard time, is he?
No. Listen, he came back from France with a whole new attitude.
Oh, really? What kind of an attitude?
Well, he is convinced the baby's his.
You think it's an act?
Oh, no. I mean, if you had seen him this morning when he was going on about that baby. No, it's not an act. He thinks it's his child.
You think he'll try to talk you into reconciliation?
Probably. It won't work, though. It's too late. But I think that things are going to be much smoother from now on.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think he's going to be a lot more reasonable.
You seem awfully nervous.
Oh, I'm not nervous. I'm just tired. I'm trying to keep going. All those people out at the house, you know.
How long is Justin planning on staying out at Marshall Oaks?
Well, he really needs time to recover from the fire. Well, TJ, I can't ask him to leave. You know how much it would upset Kate.
And I would imagine that it would upset Gregory, too.
It would.
I don't want to lose Gregory, Ashley. I want to go on seeing him.
You're not going to lose Gregory. Look, I'm going to arrange something real soon. We'll come into town. We'll go to see a movie or something, okay?
Did you know that Allison came by here last night?
No. Or did we ever get into a fight? She went storming out.
What were you fighting about?
I don't know. She's in one of her moods and just looking for a fight.
I had the feeling she was trying to bait me.
Look, everything is going to be so much simpler once the divorce is final. You know? Don't worry. I gotta go. I've got so many errands to run and everything. But listen, I'm gonna call real soon, and I'll see you just as soon as I can, okay? Want to?
Yeah. You still love him, don't you, Ashley?
Brian Helmsley, please. Brian, this is Justin Marshall. I was just served with the divorce papers this morning. I want to know how long Ashley has to withdraw her suit. That's all? Listen, I don't care what you do. I want you to keep this from happening. I don't want the divorce, Brian. You heard me right. I don't want it. Well, we have to talk later. Yes, I'll keep in touch. Hello there, son. I thought you were out there helping Karen.
Oh, I was, but I decided to come in here with you.
Gregory? Sit down here, son. I have something to ask you. Gregory, I'm going to start courting your mom all over again.
What do you mean courting?
Well, I'm going to start sending her flowers and, writing love notes and, I don't know, playing romantic music on a hi-fi and dancing barefoot, things like that.
Yuck.
Now, Gregory, that's exactly what I don't want to hear from you. If your mom and I are going to get back together again, I don't want any of that yuck business, and I don't want you laughing.
Okay.
Now, you sure you understand?
Yeah, I'll do anything to keep you and Mom getting a divorce. I'll even dance barefoot with you.
I don't think that'll be necessary. As a matter of fact, I think maybe you'll just be in the way.
I'll do whatever you want.
What I want, Gregory, is to be with you and your mom and the new baby at Marshall Oaks for the rest of my life.
Okay.
Vicky, what does Rena think of us rehiring Billy Joe?
I don't think she's very happy about it. I wanted her to come to the meeting today, but she had another appointment.
Well, if you have nothing else for me, I guess I'll get down to the edit on the game show.
All right, I'll see you at the budget meeting this afternoon.
Vicky,
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if you'd have dinner with me this evening.
I don't think that's possible, Hunt.
Oh. I suppose you have other plans?
No, not really. I don't think I should see you socially anymore, not until you're ready to talk to me.
Vicky,
Please, Hunt. It's not worth it to me emotionally.
sorry, Vicky. Rena.
Justin, got to talk to you privately.
About what?
No, just let me say my piece, and then I'll leave. I was watching you with Ashley the night of the fire. You're still in love with her, Justin.
Rena.
It's a mistake. She's never been right for you. She never will be right for you. But you love her, so you better go after her.
What about you?
I've never been second in any man's life, and I don't intend to start now.
There's been so much between us, Rena.
I'll always be here, especially if Ashley gives you trouble, and believe me, Justin, she will.
I don't think so. It'll take some doing, but I think things between Ashley and me are going to work out just fine.
Want to bet?
Oh, no. That's how this whole thing got started in the first place.
Friends?
Oh, Rena, friend.
No, that's how this thing got started.
Hotel suite.
Don't think we'll be needing it anymore.
No, I guess we won't.
If Kate and Paige ever need my help, please give me a call.
I'll do that. Rena, don't be a stranger.
Stay tuned. Texas will be right back.
Ashley, that young son of ours has just been foolhardy enough to challenge his old man to a game of rotation.
That's a kind of fool.
I know.
Well, the game is going to be held at the Spindletop Club right after our lunch.
Sounds like the sporting event of the year to me.
I don't think you'd want to miss it.
Hey, Mom, that's
Wait. Son, I can take care of this. You're sure we can't persuade you to come along with us?
Yeah, Mom, could you come see us? I mean, it's gonna be so neat.
Glad I dropped by. How could I resist that?
Does that mean you'll come? Does that mean you'll come?
Yep.
Great. We're going to have such a great day. We're going to have our lunch. Then we're going to have an exhibition by a young Willie Hoppy here of precision pool playing. And then we'll go back to Marshall Oaks together.
This part of Texas was brought to you by Dawn, the dishwashing liquid that does more than just cut grease. Dawn takes grease out of your way. Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas, the New Generation.